Hey guys, it's Harley here. Welcome to the channel. So glad you're here. Today we are going to be implementing our new stage design renovation project here at the space of X Church. Now, since we've moved into this storefront location, we've had a very similar stage design the entire time, involving these two trusses and TVs that you can see on either side of me. We've tried LED strip lights with diffusion. We've tried a bunch of other LED light setups, but never really liked anything until we came across these from portablebackdrop.com. I will link everything in the description below, including what we have used and what we are currently implementing that you will see further on in this video. Now today we are going to be installing our triple wide media setup, utilizing these trusses but different TVs and taking down this backdrop, which you will probably see in the future. So let's dive right in. So how did we get this accomplished? So we have a Matrox triple head to go, which is a hardware splitter. We have a 27-inch Intel-based iMac and a bunch of cabling. So out of the iMac, we have a USB-C to DisplayPort and then DisplayPort into the triple head to go, as well as a USB going into the triple head because it's powered through DisplayPort and USB. From there, we have DisplayPort to HDMI cables, just short little adapters, and then they are run over the ceiling HDMI to the back of the TVs, plugged directly into an input. Sounds really simple. However, last year we upgraded to the M1 Mac Mini, and we completely forgot that not everything is M1 compatible yet. Thankfully, we had a 27-inch iMac that was Intel based that we could just move to the booth and get rid of the M1 Mac Mini, which by the way was a powerhouse of a computer for what we were doing. All right, let's dive into the pros and cons of this setup. We'll start with the pros. The first one being it adds a ton of screen real estate to your stage. Secondly, it adds to one of our main goals of being distraction free by being able to be anywhere in the room and pretty much see the entire screen. And lastly, it was relatively easy to do all of the mounting and stuff, considering we had the trusses. It was just a little bit of lumber and some TV mounts and you're off to the races. Now let's go over the cons. Now, as I mentioned earlier, we figured out that Matrox does not support the M1 chip yet, so that became very challenging as we were using a single M1 Mac Mini computer. And thankfully we ended up having an Intel-based computer that we could make work. But just keep in mind, if you're wanting to do something like this, it needs to be Intel-based at the time of this recording. And lastly, it changes the way you do graphics completely, considering that all three screens is technically one graphic, but it's being split through that Matrox triple head to go. So far, we are really pleased with the outcome of this project. We believe it adds a lot to our stage design, as well as keeping distractions to a minimum with all the extra screen real estate. If you liked what you saw in today's video, please consider liking and subscribing so you can get notified every time I post more content like this, as well as everything that I have mentioned will be in the description below, so please check that out. Thanks.